And we are live with a hot dog eating contest on Labor Day weekend. This is Netflix's version after Joey Chestnut, the world's previous champion, has been. Was he thrown out? I think he may have been thrown out of the previous hot dog eating contest because he no longer supported whoever the main 4th of July hot dog eating company was. I think it was called Nathan's. But we have a little Nathan over here heading inside right now. See you soon, buddy. But Netflix, who has been increasingly getting into the live sporting industry, has been looking to kind of get involved in as much as they can. And right now, we are live Labor Day weekend with the hot dog eating contest. We have Kivi, Andrew Hershenov over here, who is just finished with his most intensive parenting I've ever seen in my entire life. What's up, dude? How are we?
It's kind of intense. I have like a few shots of it. Like,
dude, it's all good, man. Yeah, well, you have a few shots, a couple of Bud Lights. You don't have to drink this if you don't want, dude. And you have to think. You have to think that we're going to be recording for at least an hour because this episode's an hour.
all right, we have to finish the bottle at least.
Yeah, we're going to finish it. We're all good to go. So, dude, tell me about tell me what your thoughts on yesterday's splash pad experience was. A state run. It wasn't that hot, was it?
Who's hot? I mean,
it's a state sponsored or a government run park.
Yeah, it's a state park, but
and it's a giant splash pad.
It's a splash pad, but it's like a miniature pool. So
yeah, dude.
You wanna so it's a balance of having a good time and making sure your kid doesn't drown.
Yeah. So they don't sell beer there.
No.
In the concession stand, they only sell ice cream and hot dogs and pretzels.
What you partake of before you get to the park
is up to you.
All up to you.
Yeah, it's true.
That's just the American way.
That's just that, dude. John Mellencamp, I think, wrote a song about about the American way before you go to a splash pad in Florida, dude.
That's why he wrote it.
He immigrated from Indiana to South Florida, and he wrote a song about splash pads. But yeah, dude, it was funny because I was looking around, and this was the first time that I've done like a deeply parent with parent and children experience, where like a bunch of dads and moms sat around while a bunch of kids played and did like whatever in a little splash pad area, which for all those who don't know, a splash pad would be a large area with, it's almost like a playground, but all with water theme. So little water slides and little sprinklers and buckets that fill up and then dump over on the kids' heads. And it's probably 10 feet in every direction of the actual water structure is this shallow water that kids could like crawl in and play in. Yeah, so I looked around, and this is the first time in my life I'm like, well, this is my life now. My Sunday is going with other parents and couples and just watching kids splash. And my kid is not a very good splasher, I've found. He's pretty inept, but he's cute, so it's all good. But we've been here since 11 o'clock. Right now it's 3 o'clock Eastern time. The main event's in 43 minutes. And we've been grilling, we've been smoking cigars, we've been drinking Bud Lights and tequila, eating watermelon, and in the pool. So it's funny because in Florida it doesn't feel like it's like Labor Day is supposed to be end of summer. It doesn't feel like it here, right, dude?
No.
You said like one word. I've been talking for like 4 minutes. Oh, fuck. Yeah. So, sorry, you have some spilled water over here.
Yeah, parenting, choice.
Yeah, dude. So tell me, what are your thoughts on today?
Today?
Today was great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Playing the pool, get a little water basketball hoop action. You got a serious basketball hoop.
Good. Watching some hot dog eating contest now.
Yeah, we've had. We actually thought that the hot dog eating contest started at noon, but it turns out it was noon West Coast time. So we actually had to delay for 3 hours, and we filled in the time by.
And we figured there's no way someone's doing a hot dog contest at 9 o'clock in the morning.
By the way,
if it was West Coast and we thought it was 12 for us.
Well, I didn't know that it was happening on the West Coast.
But if it was, you do. No one's doing that.
Nah. By the way, once it's a sport, it's a sport. You know, because I was thinking about how UFC keeps the same time for all their UFC's the same time, East Coast every match, no matter where they are no matter where they are in the world. They could be in Dubai, they could be in Ireland.
It was like 4 a.m.
Yeah, dude. And so people are waking up at 1 o'clock in the morning to party.
No, they were there until like 6, 7 a.m.
Yeah, no, but they started partying and getting ready for the UFC fights at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Like you're getting ready to pull all nighters. You're sleeping all Saturday to watch those fights or to unless you're flying in for it. What do you think about Netflix trying to get into live content? They did the live Joe Rogan special. They're doing
It's just the next thing that I gotta do. I mean,
because they said for years that they want to stay away from live content because they didn't think that there was enough value to be added to fight for the rights to air this live content. For example, like football, right? They're like, we don't think that the amount of money. Can you turn your fucking
Hulu has live sports.
Hulu has live sports, dude, but they're Hulu's directly connected with a cable subsidiary. I don't think Netflix has any relationship to any kind of cable company. So when they go into live sports, they've got to do everything or live anything, live entertainment. They got to do it from the ground up. Like they don't have any live infrastructure until they started. I think the roast of Tom Brady was the first live event.
Interesting.
So they've had the roast of Tom Brady. They had the Joe Rogan comedy special. They're having the hot dog eating contest. I think they had one of those television, the Emmys or the Grammys or one of the television awards.
Tommy Ashley looks so skinny.
Yeah, all these guys are toothpicks, by the way.
I know, but no, Chestnut's got some muscle on him.
No, Tesla's got a belly, but he's not ripped. All these guys have crazy metabolisms. That's what it is.
Who said that the hot dog eating contest is like the Super Bowl for gay people?
You know who it was?
Who was that?
It was either Sam Morrill or it was no, who is it? He does one-liners.
I know.
He gets called Three Mics.
No, the older guy. It's the older guy. Oh shit. Old comedian from New York.
Yeah?
Yeah. Maybe.
It wasn't you know who Three Mics is?
No.
He was he's great. He's so
It's like those fuckers get together in their apartment and they turn that shit on.
No. It's not the same bit then. Let me see. Three Mics. Let me find the Three Mics comedy special.
Feel fine.
No, screw that guy. No, it's not, dude. Neil Brennan. Neil Brennan is the guy. He had the great line when he took DMT.
You know who Neil Brennan reminds me of?
Who?
Zachary Alexander.
It's not a bad call. It's the glasses. It's the glasses.
Like
the shape of his face.
Shape of his face.
Yeah, dude. That's very funny, man. That's a good call. I heard. We usually say he looks like Steve Buscemi.
Neil Brennan looks like Steve Buscemi.
No, but Steve Buscemi has bigger eyes. His eyes are like popping out.
Someone that said like, "Would you date a girl who does 10?" Steve Buscemi's eyes.
What's the call, dude?
Like a knockout 10. Like everything about them is perfect, but they have Steve Buscemi's eyes.
And what do you think?
No.
You think pass? You think the eyes make that much of a difference?
Oh yeah, if they're Steve Buscemi's.
His big eyes, dude. I mean, he's a real talent, man. I mean, he's you know what's cool about Steve Buscemi?
Like he's constantly in detox.
Yeah, he does, but he acts in every genre. He does every kind of role that you could think of. Remember how good he was in The Sopranos?
Impressed.
In Tony's cousin, and then he's in Adam Sandler movies. He's a goofy kind of guy too. And then he was Boardwalk Empire. Boardwalk Empire was incredible. He was Donnie from The Big Lebowski. Like this guy, like has.
That introduced me to him as a kid. It was the homeless guy in Big Daddy.
Wow, right. Adam Sandler movies.
God.
Yeah.
It was like he was the funniest guy in the world.
Dude, to be part of the Adam Sandler comedy crew is probably such a good time, dude. Kevin Spade. Kevin Spade.
David Spade.
David Spade. Chris Rock. Who's the other guy? Kevin James. Kevin James. Adam Sandler. Who's that other guy?
Then there's like later guys like
James Spader. Not James Spader. James Spader. What's his name? He's Ultron.
Bill Hader.
Not even Bill Hader. He's not. They're not buddies. Did you watch What do you call it? Bill Hader. Barry. Rob Schneider is who I'm thinking of. Rob Schneider. He was. You know what I loved? I think he was best in Grown Ups. When he was like that ultra, like he was dating that grandma, and he was like that ultra dramatic guy, that ultra dramatic personality.
That was the Mark Twain Awards. Adam Sandler. You got the Mark Twain Award.
Yeah. So did Chris. So did Kevin Hart.
When Adam Sandler when Adam Sandler got it, some guy went on. I think it was Conan O'Brien, and he's like, "Well, all these guys like Rob Schneider, David Spade, nothing. All the guys." He's like, "So why aren't you guys working?" All right, Adam's not working tonight, so you're not working.
You know what? Good for them, dude. I love that, man. I love you. Look at this. Look at this. 42, dude.
We're thrilled to watch.
Joey Chestnut.
Oh, there's no question Joey's winning this.
You think so? Over Kobayashi? Joey Chestnut, I think his career high is 72 hot. Oh, look. His career high, I think, is 72 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Question. How many can you do?
Me? In 10 minutes? I could maybe eat 10.
10? I was going to say I was going to do like...
You don't think you could do a hot dog a minute? You could puke after. A minute? I could eat a hot dog in a minute. I'd lose stamina after like 3 or 4. Yeah, no.
There's no way you can.
Yeah.
You know, when Barstool first started, they did one. It's an old video, like with Dave Portnoy. Like it was only like 6 guys in the company.
Okay.
They were like in their backyard, and like they were doing like a home video. And
a hot dog eating contest?
The funniest video ever.
And it's hard to do, right?
Pointed to 3, and he's like, "I can't do anymore." And like the guy who beat everyone, I think he did 11, and he was puking.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Dude, I think I could be wrong. I don't want to say this for a fact, but I believe that Kobayashi had a hot dog eating contest with a bear.
Oh shit!
And the bear didn't realize that it was part of the contest until like 30 seconds left, and then he just ate the pile of hot dogs, and he lost. So, like, he had like a 20 hot dog lead on the bear, and the bear just like inhaled 20 hot dogs in like one bite. It's amazing. But dude, Joey Chestnut is the next hardest thing after a bear. That's my thing. So first, we're having a chicken wing eating contest. World record for most bacon in 5 minutes. 182 slices of bacon in 5 minutes, dude. That's what this is right now. Yeah, look. I know. So that's what they're doing chicken wings, but this guy's famous having 182 slices of bacon in 5 minutes. 2015. He beat Joey Chestnut in 2015, dude. That must have been the last time he lost. Because it's 2024, he hasn't lost in a decade. He's not unbeatable. I show up hungry that day. Wow, dude. Who is this guy?
Oh, I want to be in that pool. So awesome.
Do we have his name? They're taking on chicken wings. So tell me what you think the biggest challenge with chicken wings is. It's the bones. It's got to be the bones.
The speed is the hardest thing.
Do you think it's eating it quickly, the act of eating the meat off the bones? And like, how do you judge whether the bone is done or not? And also, like, is the hardest part getting all the meat off the bone, or processing and swallowing the food quickly enough?
Oh, the meat.
Okay, we have Max. Who's this guy? Max Irvin. Oh, look at this guy. This guy says America. Yeah. Wow, where do you think he's from? They're Olympians. There's 3 people? He's competing against 3 people, dude. Dude, it's 1 against 3. He's a swimmer? So if 3 Olympic athletes in a chicken wing eating contest.
The middle guy he was on Michael Phelps' team. They won the...
What was the whole drama with Michael Phelps? That he was on performance enhancing drugs?
No, I don't know about that, but I know like there's a picture that got out of him smoking a bong, and everyone went crazy.
What? He smoked weed?
There's a picture of him.
I think that every year we should retroactively go back and see what drugs are considered acceptable or not, and then re-establish people's presence. Just like if you go back in time and like take someone off the Hall of Fame for like beating their wives or their kids, like you should be able to put them back on it. Is that him?
Yes, he had to apologize for it and everything.
That's ridiculous, dude. Let him do what he's gonna do, man. Seriously.
But this was like 20 years ago. Like, crowd was like, "Oh my god."
That's what the whole drama with him was that he smoked weed.
I don't know if it was maybe just more than that. I just remember that.
Right. Wow. So you have 3 minutes for the most wings.
What's his name? He can't get a real job anymore.
Who?
We got the microphone. In all those comedies.
I don't know.
Ex-Marine.
And you can't get a job anymore? Well, it sounds like
He's doing this shit.
Well,
Definitely seen him.
you know how much money they're probably getting paid for this, dude? Netflix had. What's everyone doing on Labor Day weekend at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? You're either getting to your barbecues or just finishing with your barbecues like us.
Wait, so his plate has triple the amount?
Yeah, he's literally racing the three of them, dude.
What? How is he? He's breaking it.
No way.
He's ripping it off.
Holy cow! It's 5-5, 5-4. Dude, this guy's gonna be 3 Olympic athletes at eating chicken wings. The average American eats 290 chicken wings a year. Fun fact. Right now, Matt's at 10. The Olympians are at 7.
Sure, eating a ton of
What do you think he's drinking? You think he's drinking water? Or you think he's drinking like Gatorade? He can't have anything else, right?
These guys train with water.
Dude, look at this. The ratio. He probably eats 5 wings for every one that each of these guys eat. Look at this. His peak intake when training was 8,500 to 9,500 calories a day.
That's a swimmer. That's normal.
He's not a swimmer. He's a professional eater. Who's Lochte?
Swimmer.
Oh, Lochte's a swimmer.
Yeah. Swimmers eat like 12,000 calories a day.
Wait, so he ate 9,500 calories a day. What's the average person eat? I know, what's the average person eat a day? What? So, oh, look, they're done.
Alone,
dude, they're done. Look at them.
The swimming alone burns all those calories. They have to eat it.
Oh, man, dude, they're struggling. They're at 19. Matt's at 28. Dude, do you think he's going to double them? What's the call? 1 minute left. 1:25 left. Do you think he's going to have twice as many wings as they are?
No. You see how he's wiggling his
Yeah, what's he doing?
To get the food down.
No way.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't burn out. A minute's a long time.
Wiggles the spot. See how he's doing like that?
Yeah, but look, he's struggling to keep the food in.
Still has a beak.
By the way, they definitely train to know, like, keep in mind the time, right?
They train with water.
What do you mean with water?
They have to keep their stomachs expanded at all times.
Right.
They're not going to train with food, so they just drink a ton of water to keep their stomach expanded.
And Stoney studied to be a dietitian in college. Who's Stoney? One of the Olympians? Wow. 41 to 27. Dude, he's gonna do twice as many. They can't eat. Look at them. Figure out. Oh my God, they're talking about catching up.
It's the way they're eating them. He's just look at that. Boom, boom, boom. He's like other guys are eating them. Like,
yeah, but they're not staying in his mouth, dude.
The other guys are eating them like they're on a Buffalo Wild
Do
like they gotta speed it up.
you think that wings are that hard to eat? Are these? I know, but you can eat. I guess you only have 3 minutes. There's 10 seconds left. He has 50 to 33. How come Matt doesn't have a last name? Do you think Matt's his last name? Oh no, 36.
3 guys, only 8.
Wow, Matt, one guy. Holy cow! Is he finishing it, or does he throw it out? He has a mouthful of food. 53 to 36. Oh, you look terrible. Oh my goodness. Dude, have you seen anything like that in your entire life?
Disgusting.
Wow. Dude, when I was in yeshiva, my peak day of like the most I would ever eat, I would order a pie of pizza, and then I would sell whatever I didn't eat to like other guys around the dorms. So like sometimes I'd sell 3 slices, sometimes I'd sell 1 slice, sometimes I'd sell 2 slices. But like that was like the most like my peak that I ever ate in my life. And now I eat maybe if I eat 2 slices of pizza, I feel like a piece of shit.
Right.
I feel disgusting,
Right.
dude.
I know exactly what you mean.
I couldn't. I didn't know what carbs were though at the time. When I was until I was maybe 20 years old, I didn't know what carbs were.
But the thing is, here's a question: we both know guys who are out of shape and they could still put down 6 slices and they feel fine
Yeah, because they're out of shape and because
their body's just used to it.
I think it's so easy to be unhealthy.
So,
And you know what? And you also, I think a lot of times, maybe you know what this is like. I don't realize how bad I feel until I felt better.
right.
So like the day, like when I realized, for example, if I'm eating 4 sandwiches a day when I was 19 years old, and then I'm 21, I'm like, this is disgusting. I can't do 4 sandwiches a day, right? Like, it's crazy. And so instead, I eat a sandwich a day at most, right? I feel better in general. I'm like, oh my god, I don't know. I felt so heavy. It was hard for me to like get around. I didn't have energy to like to. I was tired by 8, 9 o'clock at night. Like I really burned myself out. I don't think we realize what we're doing to ourselves when we're eating this unhealthily.
Most of the country.
Yeah, dude, it's so terrible to see. But I think that there has been an enormous awakening in the last year of like I mean I've seen just in terms of our social circles and social groups.
Not in Wisconsin and Montana.
Yeah, but it starts somewhere. Meaning a year ago people weren't talking about it, but now people are aware of processed foods. Now people are aware of food dye, seed oil, shit like that like we know kills us, but that a year ago no one was talking about. And I think that that's a really, really important thing. Unless you think it's just an age thing, that like once you get to a certain age. But I know that the counter argument is that parents that we know aren't giving their kids this crap anymore either.
Yeah, but yes.
Dude, I'm not giving my kid Frosted Flakes.
Right, 100%.
Like I'm not giving him Frosted Flakes. I'm not giving him Sour Sticks. I'm not giving him this crap. And like there's other like okay, like every now and then you want something like, I want a treat. You got to treat every now and then. But like as a regular like part of your regular diet, is wild. And we know it now. Like we didn't know it until now, but like I mean, like, what does it take to wake up more than hearing that 1 out of every 2 Americans are either pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes?
Oh my God.
1 out of every 2.
It's 50%.
50%.
Yes.
That I think 75% of the country is overweight.
Yes.
And you're like,
yes.
and then out of that 75%, I think like 30 or 35% are obese.
Correct.
And you're like, how in the world do we just act like everything is normal and just continue with everyday life? I mean, it's so crazy. But the truth is that we're sitting outside after a barbecue at 3 o'clock in the afternoon watching a hot dog eating contest. I mean,
Sure.
it's such an inherent part of our culture. Like it's become, and what's fascinating, dude. Apparently, according to there was a Tucker Carlson podcast where he had a brother and sister that were one of them is in politics, the other one's a doctor, and the one in politics was a lobbyist, I believe, and he talked about how all the people in the cigarette companies, once the country stopped smoking cigarettes and like once like the everyone realized how bad they were for you, all those guys switched from cigarettes to big food. And so they worked on making food as addictive as possible, as shitty as possible, as cheap as possible. And when you have all this
sickness, you're just switching the product.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is, right? But also all the marketing. Think about how cool cigarettes were. Think about how cool food is. How social, like how like
Oh my God!
part of
Every meme is like a spicy chicken sandwich.
yeah, and everything about food is marketing. It's about psychology. It's about getting it to pop out to you in the supermarket that you take a look at it and you go, wow. Who knew that I wanted a Honey Crisp apple Oreo? And you're like, what the fuck?
They say things that are just bullshit. Like the Subway. Like the bread has seven.
Eat fresh. Subway, eat fresh.
The bread has 7 whole grains. Like fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Yeah.
7 whole grains.
Yeah. Yeah.
Name them, assholes.
Name the grains.
Name the grains. I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
McDonald's offers salads.
But you know what? I'm sorry, but you have to know that fast food isn't good food. Like you don't have to believe commercials.
Yes, but there's
And you have to look at commercials like the propaganda because that's what they are a lot of times.
People can't afford anything else.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the conversation that people get to, and it's really interesting because I've personally seen a lot of people that are more on the right end of the political spectrum that they don't find themselves so right when it comes to causes that they feel are important, right? So like, oh yeah, the government should pay for food, for healthy food for people. You're like, well, like yesterday you weren't for the government paying for anything for anyone, and like, or that you said that anything the government paid for was bad, and now you want them to pay for food. Yeah. So the point is that like people pick and choose, but I think at the end of the day, the point is right. Oh my God.
No, Leia Shuckhammer?
No, who is she?
The competitive eater.
Oh yeah.
She's insane.
She's pretty skinny.
Again, they're like
yeah, it's their metabolism.
Shit.
This is the thing, a watermelon eating contest, right? I know you've broken a ton of records. A few of which you'd say was achieved. Let's see. Right now, she holds the Guinness World Record for the fastest time to eat a bowl of pasta in 17 seconds. But I don't know how big that bowl is. And what kind of pasta was it? Was it plain? Was it fettuccine alfredo?
Seen her videos,
dude. Rachel makes penne alla vodka, homemade penne alla vodka. Insane. Want to me a regular one that's not salad?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Yeah, dude. I'm excited. This is a watermelon eating contest now. Mm-mm. Dude, I can't have Vegeta now. It's too strong. It's too strong. Yesterday I got my sister-in-law into Entourage. Esther never watched an episode, and I put on an episode
right now.
Dude, she watched half an episode and she goes, "This is a great show. I'm starting this from the beginning." And I'm like, "That's fine." I was like, "But I'm not getting up from the couch for another hour and a half." So I was like, "So you're gonna watch another like 3 or 4 episodes with me right now?" And we watched 3 or 4 episodes, and it's such a great way to spend the night, dude. Spend the night watching 4 random back-to-back episodes of Entourage and just see what's going on. I think underrated character of the show is Dana Gordon. Do you remember her? She's a studio executive.
Yeah.
And Ari ends up sleeping with her when he's.
What good was she? Yeah.
Because when you hear Entourage, that's not the first thing you think. You think Ari, you think Vince, you think whatever. But I think that she is such an integral and like she brings so much depth to that show because she's another character that's not in every episode, but it's legit. Look at this. It's grams of watermelon. Holy cow. So they're measuring by each slice is a gram, is 400 grams of watermelon, and she has 3 minutes to eat as many. Okay, 1750 grams of watermelon is equivalent to 20 hot dogs. Okay, so if one is 400, 4, 8, 12, 16, 4 of those watermelons is equivalent to 20 hot dogs. Here we go. Look at her. 800 grams of watermelon. Look at her go, dude. And she's ripped. Look at her arms. Holy cow. Dude, by the way, dude, you know what's funny? We hear about like the Romans and like all like their like obscene behavior, and we're like, oh, that's so ridiculous. You would never do anything like that. Dude, we have Labor Day Netflix specials of women eating 1,200 grams of hot dog of watermelons at one time. Oh my God. Look at her go. Another minute 40 left. Wow. 1,600 grams so far. A minute 30 seconds left. Wow. Look at this. There's a stack of watermelons behind her, but she's not going to eat all those, I imagine.
Where's behind her?
You don't see right next to her? There's that stack of watermelon.
Oh.
Oh my God. She was a commercial interior designer before becoming a competitive eater. What do you think caused her career change? I would love to interview her, dude. I would love to sit down with her for 2 or 3 hours. I'm gonna hit her up after this. I'm gonna find her email address online.
You'd probably do it.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Get on the phone, have a good time. Maybe she could be a Florida woman, right? She looks like she could live in Florida. I'll drive to Orlando and hang out with her for a couple hours.
You got the Jewish thing.
Yeah, her name is Leia. I'm Ephraim. My sister's name is Leia. You know.
There you go.
2,000 grams. Let's go. She's taking her time. Look at that. She is cruising. 35 seconds left. 2,400 grams of watermelon consumed. Wait, she's done. She's done. What is she going to do? They didn't have any backup watermelon in case she finished all of it? Wow. That's crazy, dude. How come they didn't have anything ready for her? This is so cute. This says exactly how drunk you are right now. You got a crooked tip over here. This whole thing is just wow. Leia Shutkever, man. Congratulations to her, man. Wow. Congratulations. Wow. Wait, is she English? Really?
Yes, so. Look, she's English or Marcus?
Cheers, dude. L'chaim. Wow. She had nothing left to do for 30 seconds. She was bored. She was bored for 35 seconds of that. That's crazy. So, dude, you know what movie I just watched Saturday night? The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling. You hear about it? You know what it's about? The premise? Yeah, Ryan Gosling plays a stuntman.
Oh, I heard this, yeah.
And Emily Blunt.
This is not your first time seeing it, right?
Yeah, no, it just came out of theaters. It just came out of theaters like a month ago.
Oh, is it good?
It's good. I watched the director's cut, which I thought was a little longer than it had to be. You could tell it was a director's cut because like a lot happens slowly over time, and like there's like a lot of dramatic build up. That's. Oh wait. She won the Guinness. She won the Guinness World Record. She achieved a total of
It bothers me how
2,500 grams in 3 minutes. The previous record holder was 1,750, but she had 45 seconds of free time, dude. Meaning they cut her short. Like she could have finished 3,000 grams easy. She could have doubled the world record by now. With 40 seconds, she could have doubled the world record, dude.
Whole Guinness thing, I hate.
Why?
Bullshit. It's just bullshit.
Oh no, dude. What are you talking about? You know how incredible they are, man?
The watermelon eating? Who gives
That's
a shit?
Okay. Well, okay, there's two questions over here. There's who gives a shit, which is one question. A, I give a shit. I think it's crazy. And B, it doesn't take away from the impressiveness. Meaning, you might say that there's not a lot. Like, it's a very niche competition that no one really cares to compete in, and you could have the conversation. But I think it's still impressive. Although I don't know how impressive it is if the previous winner was 1,750, she got 2,500, and she had 45 seconds left. And she ran out of watermelon. They had nothing else to do. Yeah, that was incredible. I would love to be a host on one of these shows. How do you think these guys get these jobs? Get these jobs. The main event happens in another 13 minutes. Wow. So apparently, Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi ate against each other in 2000. Ate against each other, competed against one another in 2009, and that was 15 years ago.
Oh wow.
Which is also crazy to think, by the way, because think about 2009. Akon just came out with a bunch of bangers. Izad just came out with the song Replay. Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep on. Got me singing like, dude.
That's good.
Rihanna just came out with Disturbia and Please Don't Stop the Music in 2009. Around that time period, within that last year or two. Look at him. Look Kobayashi's training. Swallowing techniques. Swallowing is the most important thing in competitive eating. Raising my head while I'm sitting back on a weight bench and swallowing in air. Before competition, I drink 3 gallons of water. The liquid goes to the stomach fast.
Goes to stomach
To
fast.
train your stomach, water is the best. Holy cow, dude. Dude, do you think, by the way, I was listening to Rogan talk to Khalil Roundtree. By the way, I sent you a fight that you have to watch. Check our text, because we don't text. So if it's the last text that I sent you.
No. I have to scroll maybe for like.
No, you don't, dude. Because we WhatsApp. So if you check your text, the last text message I sent you was that fight. If you check your WhatsApp, yeah, you have to scroll for it. But Khalil Roundtree, when he would when he went to Thailand to learn Muay Thai.
Eric Anders.
Yeah, against Eric Anders, dude. Dude, that guy was flying on his feet, and they were talking about, and he was talking to Rogan about water weight, about how people can how much weight people lose right before, like in between weigh in, right? So you weigh, you weigh in, and then when it actually comes time to the fight, like how much you actually weigh, and like what the difference. People could weigh 20 pounds more or less what they did. And they're talking about how healthy that is for you. And Roundtree's like, that's why I don't jump around weight classes like that. He's like, because it kills you.
Right.
And he thinks that the reason why Alex Pereira lost, anytime that he lost, I think he only lost once or twice.
Switched weight class.
It's because he was switching weight classes, and when you lose 20 pounds in a day, and then you fight someone, and you don't know what to do, your body doesn't know how to support itself with that much of a difference in what you're used to. Like you're missing a ton. I would love to know who Tim Janis is.
Probably like an ex-pro.
Do you think that
backup quarterback.
Do you think that these guys practice to live stream? Like, do you think that they have rehearsals and
Yeah,
they have to, right?
do like the voice exercises.
Yeah. Because I would love to kind of do these things off the cuff. I mean, that's what a podcast is for the most part, But I think there's something really special about being able to kind of improvise an intelligent conversation instead of rehearsing what it is that you're going to talk about, what it is you're going to say. Like they have talking points on the hot dog eating contest, and like
They also have people in their ear.
Oh, right.
For sure.
You know what always boggles my mind, dude? The stats that NBA comes up with while they're
On the screens.
I understand, but like they're like, oh, like he's the first player since like Tim Duncan to have 20 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks with a 50% free throw percentage since 2002. And you're like, where do you come up with these stats? On their mother's birthday, yes, exactly. Right? He's the first player on his mother's birthday.
They always bring in something so outside of the sport.
Yeah.
Like to
make it relevant, to try to make it relevant at least, It's so funny, dude. It's crazy.
When it wasn't the mom's birthday, 75 people did it.
Yeah, because no one cares. Because no one cares if it's not their mom's birthday.
Well, 8 minutes and 38 seconds.
Wow, dude. So what do you think's gonna win this fight? You think Joey Chestnut's gonna beat Kobayashi? Do you think there's kind of like a Cold War, like USA Olympic team 1980 against the Soviet Russian team, except there's America against which? Can you Google Kobayashi's from before I'm a racist and find out he's from Japan or China?
I'm being racist.
Can you ask me later?
Japan.
He's from Japan? So there's no Cold War between America and Japan, though, right? Like, we're all on pretty good terms with them, right?
Even we had a bomb.
So we're on good terms.
They wiped out 50,000 of their people in 1 second.
Yeah, but but come on, that was 100 years ago.
Not even. It was less
Not to say it's not a big deal.
It's less than 100 years ago. We atom bombed them.
Right, but it's not like we're like China, who are currently not on great terms with, right? Wow. WWE World.
This guy.
Who is that guy?
He's in all of the movies.
Movies?
So many.
Who is he? Yeah, so Netflix apparently. Oh, WWE is going to be live on Netflix too.
Oh,
That's other live sports that Netflix is getting into, and I think that
maybe it's a good.
who was it? Amazon that won the rights for the Thanksgiving NFL games. I think NFL. I think the Thanksgiving NFL games are only going to be available on Amazon Prime.
Rey Mysterio,
Who is that?
WWE Hall of Fame.
Well, they're on Team Kobayashi too. There's no loyalty to your country anymore, dude. Dude, do you think that patriotism?
Okay, it's so big.
How important do you think patriotism is in terms of like generationally? Like, do you think like 2003 Americans post 9/11 patriotism versus 2023 Americans, right? Like how like you think if we looked at COVID,
went to war today, would everyone pull together their resources and help the war effort?
we're essentially in a war with Russia right now.
I'm talking about World War II, the way we did it, the way everyone put their businesses aside, literally.
Well, we know that it didn't work with Vietnam because everyone is very split about Vietnam, right? So we know that people don't inherently do it.
Right. So I think it's a generational thing.
So you think that I know, but I don't think it was you know what I think the problem is? I think that the people can tell what's considered BS or not, and they don't like to be lied to. You know, in like Vietnam, I don't think people felt like there was a need to join. World War II, people felt like there was a need to join. America didn't win a war since World War II, and we've been in Korea, we've been in Vietnam, and we obviously been in the Middle East for a very long time. We didn't win any of those wars, and now we're pretty much almost at a hot war with Russia.
The emotion of not wanting to be lied to, it could all like they're also confused about what the lie is, meaning like
Right, we don't know why it is we're doing what we're doing.
no, if you tell some of these people that there are only two genders, they think that's a lie, and they don't want to be lied to.
Right. So you're saying we have to be there's certain things you have to be on the same page about before we can even be patriotic.
Exactly. Like it just has to be a totally joint
Effort.
Yeah, because a lie and the truth could be totally.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah.
Because it's not only what's a lie or truth, is what is it a cause that people are willing to rally behind?
Right.
By the way, I was thinking about that recently because I was saying how it used to be like we could acknowledge that, like, let's say there's a social problem that everyone wants to resolve, right? Like you see homelessness. And like the left would have a response and the right would have a response. And like they might disagree as to what's the best response, but everyone agreed they want to get rid of homelessness, right? Nowadays you can't even agree on what the core issues are.
Right.
And like that makes it so much harder to become unified.
Possible, not hard. Possible.
How are you gonna be unified if you tell me our biggest threat is Russia and China, and then I tell you our biggest threat is global warming, and not to say that global warming isn't a threat, not to say Russia and China isn't a big threat,
Right.
but to say we can't even agree on what the conversation that we're having is. So you think it's hard to be patriotic because of that?
100%.
That guy's not Alec Baldwin, right?
No.
Dude, what do you think about his gun case?
Alec Baldwin?
Yeah.
Oh, the case. The name is actually a case where he keeps his guns. I don't know enough about it.
Do you think? Well, here's the real question that it comes down to at the end of the day, right? Do you believe that a perpetrator of a crime with zero intention of doing a crime, how responsible is that individual?
Well, that's first degree, second degree.
So, do you think that he should? Again, he's an actor. He's an actor. Alec Baldwin's an actor. It's been on a set with probably hundreds of
But he
guns.
was using the gun when he shouldn't have.
No, that's not true.
It wasn't during.
It was cleared.
Oh, it was cleared.
It was given to him.
So what?
My understanding. I could be wrong. My understanding is, let's say hypothetically it was clear. Let's say the stunt person gave him a gun and said, "Use this," and it's a scene. Shoot. Here's action. Boom. Kiwi's dead. Right. I'm an actor. Should I go to jail?
Question. To what?
Do you think I should go to jail?
No.
You think that intention matters that much to a crime? Or not even intention, because I guess there's a difference between intention and, by the way, there's also manipulation. I would call that a case of manipulation. If you're told something is safe and then you engage in that safe activity and it's not safe, that's a lot. Right. But you were misinformed. You were told by an authority figure whose job it is to tell you that something's safe, right? Now imagine hypothetically you have a doctor that gives someone medicine that they were told to give their patient medicine to, but then it turns out they didn't know about it, and the patient was allergic to the medicine and they died. How different is that from this gun case?
It's not so different.
It's not so different, but you feel differently about it because one's a doctor and one's an actor, right?
Right.
Like one feels like they should have a little bit more responsibility because they're
Yeah, and I think that
they're more educated, they're medically
that's
trained.
in a case, the judge definitely looks at that person. See, if he was a doctor, then the judge looks at that person more
Harshly.
yeah, more educated and responsible. It's just a human reaction to it.
So you think that that it depends on the case how much attention matters, and like what their expectations behind their level of education, who they are as a person is.
I don't think it's what like that's the total like what that we should only be looking at. I think
It's a bit, but it's a huge chunk of it again because
yeah,
it ultimately defines your action.
yeah. Like I mean, going to the obvious case. Let's say this guy in his town who's known as the biggest liar in the world.
Yeah.
And then he gets a case to defend himself from murder. Are you going to believe him? He's known as the biggest liar in the world.
Yeah, but that's not the case that we're dealing with. We're not known. No, it's not. This guy's not known as a liar. It's just that one guy's an actor and one guy went to med school for 10 years.
I'm just saying. Of course, we look at character.
Yeah, right. Dude, you know how much money Netflix had to pay these guys to quit the 4th of July hot dog eating contest and do this live on Netflix?
Sure.
Excuse me. Wow, I'm very excited about this. I think it's gonna be great. Joey Chestnut versus Kobayashi, unfinished beers.
How Kobayashi is able to come back and do it. He has to come here.
You know what the problem, by the way, why Netflix never wanted to get into this content is? There's an expiration date on the content.
Oh yeah.
In a day from now, this isn't going to be interesting. In a month from now, no one's going to watch this. In a year from now, it's going to be in the bottom -% of what people watch Netflix.
Brady roast anymore?
No, people are because it's funny.
Okay.
It's considered a stand-up show.
It's so.
But yeah, exactly. It's not so. So that's why for a long time Netflix didn't do it. But then what they figured was that once they got a strong enough long-term audience, they can invest the money into trying to get short-term people for these one-time event situations. Look at he's doing a walkout. Joey Chestnut with his jersey, his name on the back.
Couch. It's halftime at the football game. Figured he'll do this.
They should wear their countries, by the way. They should have a USA and a Japan thing. I think it's impressive, and like we've been arguing about for the last 2 weeks. I think it's a sport.
That's such a degenerate.
Who? Chestnut or Kobayashi?
These people.
Dude, how much would you pay for tickets to go to one of these things?
$0.
I'd pay 20. I'd pay $50 to go to this.
What?
$50? It'd be so much fun to be part of this crowd, dude. Wow. Ultimate champion. Who won the last time they played? Do you know?
I think it's Joey.
Can you imagine if Netflix takes the hot dog eating contest away from July 4th? Dude, the last 10 July 4th of my life have revolved around the hot dog eating contest.
This guy means business.
Look at this guy. He's wearing a robe. Like he's a boxer. He looks like Rocky Balboa with a baseball hat. Wow. Wow, look at this guy. This is incredible, dude.
It's so funny because you watch movie Step Brothers?
Yeah, but I hated it.
All right, so that guy who's hosting, he's in it, and he does a Kobayashi joke.
In the movie?
Yeah.
I never liked Will Ferrell as an actor.
He's terrible, actually. He's just funny.
I don't find him funny, though.
Oh, okay.
Wow, look at this. This is a legit setup. And they're Netflix colors. They're red and black. Notice that? Wow. Look at this guy. Dude, do you think they get drug tested for weed beforehand?
Who cares?
By the way, I bet you wouldn't want to be high. You can't.
Like Kobayashi.
And that's the guy? That's the.
him.
Wow, he's much younger there. It's crazy.
He's an ex-Marine.
Oh, yeah?
He went to the Marines, and then when he finished, he got into acting.
So was freaking Elvis, dude.
Oh, yeah. That's everyone. They got drafted.
Dude, there was this. Do you ever watch the Trials of Chicago 7?
No, you said I have to.
It's one of my favorite movies ever, dude.
Yeah.
But there's one scene where there's a guy. These guys are all protesting Vietnam, right? And he's like protesting, and one guy's like, and they're like, there's another guy that's a protester who's like a peaceful guy, and he was talking about the war and like sitting it out. And then his lawyer, who's on his side, looks at him and goes, "Dude, you said it World War II. Even I want to punch you in the face." Like it's like, dude, if you said on World War II, man, you're not a patriot. You know, like
no girl wanted you. You were looked at like the biggest loser.
yeah, everyone went to World War II because it was important. It was integral. Wow! Oh, look at this. The judges have calls.
He won 3-2, Kobayashi.
Really? That's what expectations are?
No, he got
Chestnut's the underdog?
no.
These are
the
predictions.
judges.
Yeah, they're
The
predictions.
5 judges, yeah.
So that means Chestnut's the underdog.
Right.
I can't believe it, Joey Chestnut. Look at him. Look at this guy.
Not even a lot.
It's a plate, dude. They're drinking, they're smelling the water, making sure everything is good.
It's like positioning his cups.
Wow. This is, by the way, you're going to walk away from this, you're going to be like, this is absolutely a sport.
I've seen these before.
You have to be an athlete. You have to have tremendous physical potential to do something like this. That's what makes something a sport. A game that's physical and mental for an extended period of time. I guess just eating hot dogs isn't really considered a game, is it? They have a referee. 10 minutes. Look at this. They have a plexiglass mirror between them. You think it's in case they try to throw hot dogs at each other? Like they try to like throw off the competitor. They just toss a hot dog at
Is there a plexiglass between them? It's so funny.
Maybe in case one of them pukes, it's not anywhere near there.
He just took 2 down in 2 seconds.
Wow. Okay, here we go. Dude, you want to put $10 on this?
No.
Come on, $5.
Oh, yeah.
$5? Who do you got?
I got Chestnut.
Shit, I want Chestnut too, though.
Alright, so I'll take the ranch.
So this is a stamina and a speed game, dude. I mean, wow! Look at these guys go.
Chestnut is just down.
Oh man, dude. By the way, Chestnut's been getting better every year after year, dude. I mean, he goes from 50 hot dogs to 60 to 70.
Do you think there's
Look at him. He's not even trying. He's not worried.
an ounce of room in their brain that says this actually tastes pretty good?
No. There's nothing. There's nothing in their brain that says that, dude. Look at him. Look, they're just in the zone. They're just getting it down, man.
It's just a constant flow down the gullet. Like,
Yeah. They keep their throats open, and they just go, dude.
it's so unhealthy.
But look at this. But
What's it do to the body? The aftermath.
dude, it's
probably the worst possible thing.
look. She's crying. There's tears on the screen. There's tears right now.
She's literally crying.
She's crying. She's crying for Kobayashi. I mean, I don't think she's rooting for Chestnut. She. Yeah, I don't want to assume, dude.
Hysterical.
Joey Chestnut's up 2 hot dogs. Dude, 8 minutes left, man. This is wild. Want me another one? Thank you. This is great. This is quality right here.
This is quality.
Honestly, we should be keeping track more of these because they don't happen very often. So we could watch these like as often as we watch UFC. Like 1 week could be UFC, 1 week could be football, 1 week could be NFL, 1 week could be like a professional food eating contest. You know, like
No.
look at he's a consistent 3 hot dog lead. But I think Tesla's taking a break. Nope, never mind. He just had another one. He got a little flour stuck there. Oh man, look at this. Oh, Chestnut's up 4. He's up 5. Wow. So how much? So how much do you think is going to change as the clock gets below, like to the last 2 minutes? Like, do you think they're burning out?
They definitely slow down.
You know how long 10 minutes is?
So,
To put into context, dude, I make my students write 5 minute speeches, right, for public speaking in front of the class.
wow.
5 minutes takes them like 6 pages of notes. Like, it takes like a lot of like it takes a lot like the time passes so slowly when you're counting down minute by minute or second by second how many hot dogs you could shove into your mouth, and like 10 minutes of that. Look, he's suffering, dude. Kobayashi's in big trouble. He's in big trouble.
He's up.
He's down 5 hot dogs.
Yeah, and Chestnut's not even halfway to what he can do.
Dude, I'm not gonna make you pay me the $5, dude. This is an easy call. Chestnut was gonna win.
You don't know. Could have a stroke.
I don't know. Do you think so? So, do you think activity like this causes strokes?
Like, I would love to see like a visual of what it does to the body and the
Yeah.
digestive system, and like
42 hot dogs.
that's like I can't even do that.
Oh my god, dude! But look, he looks
I
exhausted.
can't do 42 hot dogs in a month.
In a month.
Yeah, I can't do 42 hot dogs in a month.
Yeah, you could. Month is 30 days.
I can, but I don't.
Yeah, because you don't want to kill yourself.
That's what I'm saying. So what does it do to these people?
Yeah, I know. And also, they train. Like, can you imagine for training, you eat 100 hot dogs? Like,
But what does their doctor say? That's my question. What does their doctor tell them?
they don't go to the doctor.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
They have to.
You know what the doctor says? The doctor looks at them and he says he puts into
Don't do it.
context.
He says don't do it.
No, he says if you're gonna do it, this is what to expect from your body right now, and this is what to expect is gonna happen. And here's best case scenario, and here's worst case
Are
scenario.
they in the toilet for the next day?
I don't know, but look at this. Chestnut's up 6 hot dogs, 7 almost.
Never underestimate an American.
What?
Never underestimate an American.
Look, he cries. He's sweating. Look at this. Just everything is coming out of his pores. His body is
toxins. His body's like
his body's rejecting it. His body is complaining right now.
100%. His body's saying stop.
Wow. Oh my god. And also, if you're Kobayashi, dude, and you see her down 7, 8 hot dogs, you can't imagine eating 8 hot dogs faster than Joey Chestnut will. Like, you know you're finished. Like, you know, oh, look. They're just trying to make it through. Look, but he doesn't look so tired. It looks like he has better stamina.
You know what kind of jawbones you need?
Yeah, they do mouth pull-ups. Holy cow, dude. 57:49, Joey Chestnut. 4 minutes left. And 10 seconds. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left. 58:49. Oh man, this is a slaughter, dude. This isn't even close.
Chestnut kind of.
You know, dude, that Jewish chick Leia could have beat Kobayashi, dude, with the amount of watermelon that she eats.
Yeah, but she could practice a different way.
No, dude, but she dude, the point is that she ate the equivalent of like 60 hot dogs in 3 minutes. Joey's dad is right there. Joey's friends and other competitive eaters.
How do you feel about your son dying before you do?
What?
How do you feel about your son dying before you do?
Dude, 63, 3 minutes left. He could beat 70. He's slowing down though. Look at him.
He might be going for his personal record.
No, his personal record is like another 10, 12 hot dogs. You think he's going to eat another 12 hot dogs in 3 minutes?
72.
Did they say, I said that or they said that? Wow. Look, he's going for it, dude. 3 minutes left. 67 hot dogs. But look how... Oh, man.
Kobayashi's trash.
No, but look, he looks okay. But he's down 12 hot dogs. Joey Chestnut. Just the GOAT, man. You don't say anything like that.
His stomach visibly grew.
Dude, you know what? I promise, I swear to God, if I know my reaction, if I wasn't here and you told me I watched Joey Chestnut eat 72 hot dogs in 10 minutes, I'd be like, fuck you, you're a liar.
Right.
This is not a human thing to do. He has 70 hot dogs, there's 2 minutes left. Do you think he's going to get to 80?
God, okay.
We're approaching the limits of what a human can do. Holy cow. There's no penalty card, no warning cards. Apparently, they have cheap ways of eating. Maybe they pretend to swallow it. Oh, no, he can't do it.
Dude, he could stop now and he'd still win.
Yeah. Yeah, he can stop. No, a minute 45 is a lot, but he's up 13. It's close. Come on, come on. And by the way, 61 hot dogs for Kobayashi, even though he's down 14. That's no joke, dude. The record is 76.
Zero gag reflex.
Oh, God.
I would be blowing so many chunks.
Dude, this doesn't make any sense to me. 76. We have the record. We have a minute 14 left.
Equal. He needs one more to break his record.
77. You got it. Holy cow. Joey Chestnut. 77 hot dogs in 9 minutes.
You're witnessing history here.
Dude, this is more legit than the moon landing, dude.
Dude, how funny were those videos I sent you? Of the detaching of thing. It looks like something out of like the stupidest video.
I don't remember what you sent me.
Oh my god, yeah.
79 hot dogs. Joey Chestnut is going to get to 80 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Holy cow. Holy cow. He's got 80. He's got 80. We have 25 seconds left. He has 81. He has 81. Joey Chestnut.
You think he cleared $1 million?
Oh my gosh. 16-time champion. Oh my God, dude. Who would have thought that 67 hot dogs would be the loser?
Oh my god.
Oh, you have 30 seconds to finish within the mouth.
He's licking his gums, that fucker.
Oh my goodness. 83 hot dogs. The runner-up, 67 hot dogs. 67 hot dogs in 10 minutes. What? Oh my God, dude. That was close. He's good. He's good. He's good. Let him go. Let him go. Wow, dude. That was absolutely that was incredible. It's disgusting.
Hey, look at this.
Do you think
That was actual footage.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
That was real footage?
That was the real 72.
No, it wasn't. That looked like Minecraft, dude.
Also, who the fuck is filming it? They're leaving. They left the guy there? I don't understand. It's like what the fuck?
It's very funny, dude. It's crazy.
They left the camera there. How are they getting that footage?
So you don't believe that happened either?
Like, how are they getting that footage?
Dude, there's no way the moon landing happened, right?
It's just I keep seeing all these videos of like the guys that are like hopping along and like he trips over.
It looks like Super Mario.
trips over a rock and he just falls. There's another video. A later video from the 2000s. There's an astronaut in space. He's holding an. You know those videos they show you how like things happen in space.
Yeah.
The astronaut he's holding something. He lets go of it for a second and drops it to his hand. He's like, oh, catches it, and everyone's just like, what the fuck?
It's all propaganda, dude.
Funniest shit I've ever seen.
All propaganda.
What
Wow.
are you doing?
No, they're weighing what was left in their mouths to take it away.
Why would they show that on TV? For those who are just listening, because they're a video, they're literally showing the regurgitation.
So those that are just listening are just everyone except for me and you.
Exactly.
Yeah, whatever is they check their mouth for whatever's left that they haven't swallowed, and then they weigh it, and then they weigh what that is relative to a hot dog. So they might take a half a hot dog off a Kobayashi.
So how does it feel? I gotta think of massive shit.
No, dude, that's not coming out the bottom so quickly.
Yeah, they're gonna go throw up. You think they're gonna go throw up?
I don't know. Kobayashi lost one hot dog after they weighed everything.
Sweating profusely. It's a sport.
Wow. Can you imagine seeing them in the airport and like making a big deal about them?
The what?
Seeing like Joey Chestnut in the airport and like going up to him, like he definitely flies on Spirit, dude. 83 hot dogs in. Wow.
You reminds me of Elon Musk for some reason.
You think because they're both a little autistic? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, dude.
One
This
is
guy's-
a chip program, the other eats hot dogs.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Dude, I was talking to Ori the other day. We were going to pick up sushi. I said that I think that Elon Musk might go down as the most important person in human history.
Sure.
The most, like,
Influential.
the most important. Like, yeah, the person that was the biggest, the single biggest impact of any human of any human.
I don't know. Bill Gates is pretty huge.
Not big, dude. Different. No.
He invented online shopping. He invented.
I understand, but that's one. But you know how
I
little that
understand.
you know how small of a drop
Compared to what he's
how
done.
drop of in a bucket that is
To what Musk.
to what Tesla is even. And then you forget about SpaceX and what Neuralink is going to do and what Starlink exists. Dude, Starlink is free internet for the planet.
Yeah, they all.
Anywhere on the planet.
And they all.
And like, okay, Bill Gates made online shopping. Bill Gates
No, but
is...
the funniest thing was the Starlink. When that tribe got to Starlink, all
all they did was jerk off
they
and...
discovered porn, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's it!" Like we're not like
Yeah,
the whole
dude.
production of the tribe went down.
Yeah. It's really interesting. But I think that Elon Musk is going to be, and also, by the way, it's also going to go down in history textbooks that if Elon Musk didn't buy Twitter, that there would be no free speech in the Western world.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you think about the fact that England has no free speech, and I don't think Australia has free speech, and a lot of the UK doesn't, right? Especially the Middle East. And you're like, everyone is about to lose it because Facebook was censoring and Twitter was censoring and everyone was censoring, and then he bought it and kept it safe, and then it saved it. Like in 100 years from now, and like when the world gets out of like whatever daydream we're in this minute, in 100 years from now, they're gonna be like, this guy was the most important human being to ever exist on this world. Is really what I think.
I hope that's what they look at it as.
It's what it is going to be. Because you know why? We have a very short memory, but the impact of these things are very long term. So the amount of time that it takes for everyone to get over how much they hate Elon Musk for the next year or 2 years or 5 years or whatever amount of time it is, right? Is going to be a drop in the bucket compared to what people remember that he accomplished.
Yeah.
Like the amount of time they hate him is not going to be very long, but everyone's going to remember Tesla for way longer. Everyone's going to remember SpaceX for way longer.
For sure.
Wow, they're going to go and eat a salad. Wow, congratulations, dude. Joey Chestnut. Wow.
Cool.
Incredible, dude.
I'm inspired.
I'm not, I mean, it's all mental, right?
Oh, you can't do that.
If you think that so I've heard from many people that like have personally run marathons. They say like if you train for a marathon, you run like max 16 miles. You never do the 21 miles, 22 miles a marathon is. And they say that it's not worth hurting yourself for burning yourself out. But like once you get to a certain point, like once you get to like 16 miles, then you could definitely run another 5 or 6 miles like without thinking about it, right? Like it's like physically once you're capable of doing one, the amount of range that you have is pretty exponential. It's pretty big. Do you think that they don't? Do you think when they train to like 50 and like okay, whatever happens after 50 is just like up to you? Like, do you think it goes?
Apparently, he wasn't. He didn't think he could do it.
I don't think he. Yeah, exactly right. So like he was probably. Do you think he was training to get to like 60, 65? Like we know that that'll be close. And like if he does more, he does more. It's crazy. And then I'm gonna go to Miami later, dude. My sister's in town. I want to go visit my grandparents.
Miami later today.
Yeah, dude. It's already 3. It's already like 3 o'clock.
4.
It's 4. Still want to go for a jog. Got to figure it out. Oh man. Okay. Well, that closes up our live broadcast of the hot dog eating contest. Thank you for joining us. This live event has ended. Exit live stream. All right. Another episode tomorrow. Bye, everyone.